Fortunately, I have to make use of my iPad in order to make this video because some damn fools on YouTube are still attacking the iPhone XS Max after all these days of this thing being out on market. And it's amazing the shit that these guys are coming up with to try to justify the fact that they're locked into their Galaxy Note 8s because most of them can't afford the Galaxy Note 9. So here we go. This guy, video published September 29th. Unbox Therapy has 12 million followers, so he got like 2.3 million views like almost right away. So let's hear his complaint on my 34-inch Alienware lovely monitor. I love it.
Fans. Some say that when the lightning cable is plugged in to an idle iPhone, an iPhone just sitting on a table, it will not charge.
Really? Really? Well, you know what I happen to just have here? I have an iPhone XS Max 512 gigabyte with a little bit of a case on it. I put like a little cover so you can protect the glass. And you know what? My phone just happens to be idle and sitting on a table. And I could just turn it off and it looks like it's idle and sitting on a table. And you know what I have here? I have a lightning cable. See that? I have a lightning cable here. It's a little bit beat up, but it's still, well, gee, an idle iPhone sitting on a table. Holy fuck. I wasn't expecting it to start charging. I really wasn't. Let me unplug that. Let's see this complaint again real quick. Hold on.
Others are saying that if you tap on the phone and wake it up after the insertion of the lightning cable, then it will begin to charge.
Really? Okay. So let's just see this again. So I'm going to plug this back in. Plug this back in. Starts charging immediately. Let's turn it off. It's still charging. Let's give it a... Oh, fuck. 47% charge and continuing to charge. Doesn't seem to be having any problem to me, sir.
Others are having an even worse issue where it just won't recognize the cable. They have to flip it over.
Really? It won't recognize the cable? Let's try this again. Let's, I don't know, let's flip it over. And let's make it go back to idle. I'm interested. Let's see what happens. Hello, iPhone. Do you recognize the cable? Hey, Siri. Are you charging?
I don't have the answer to that. Is there something else I can help you with?
Yes. Hey, Siri. Why are Galaxy fanboys so angry that they can't afford you?
I found something on the web about why our Galaxy fanboys so angry that they can't afford you. Check it out.
Can anyone explain the Android users' attitude towards Apple? Send messages to angry Star Wars fans. Hey, Siri. Why do poor people complain about wealthy people when they buy expensive things?
Okay. I found something on the web for why do poor people complain about wealthy people when they buy expensive things.
Why do
Take a
poor
look.
people waste money on luxury goods? You know, it sounds like a bunch of goddamn socialists who won't stop talking shit. And then there are the people who are talking about some issue about blue shifting in the LCD screens. Apparently, like you have a lot of these fanboys, and they're quick to talk about Apple buying what is it called, screens from Samsung. However, I've also heard them getting screens from LG, which tells me that if they're having problems with blue shifting, then Apple really should make their own screens and stop buying from these shitty-ass companies.
My screen is very dull and has a significant amount of blue shift when compared to my Note 9.
Really? Blue shift, huh? Okay, let's take a look at this. My keyboard is blue shifted. I have a blue shifted keyboard. All right, let's take a look at this screen here. Let's go. Hello, welcome. Let's see. Could you recognize me? Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So we've got the screen here, and as far as I can tell, I heard there's a lot of blue shift or something. That's interesting because I'm looking at mine, and mine looks like perfectly fucking white, except for the keyboard that it's reflecting. That's really, really interesting because I'm not getting this blue shift. All I'm getting is a sound of bullshit. That's interesting. Where's this so-called blue shift? I mean, I have a blue case cover, but I'm not seeing any blue shift on my $1,600 iPhone. That's odd. It's very, very odd. And just in case you haven't noticed, you know, I plugged it in, and it's up to 50%. It's still charging. So basically, without further ado, what I'm basically saying, you know, somebody asked me if I could give a painfully honest review on my new iPhone. I have posted, I believe, 6 videos or more. Actually, I think it's been more since I got this phone. This phone was $1,600, and I only bought this specific one because it's 512 gigabytes. And I needed the 512 gigabytes so I'd be able to easily record things like the car shows that I've been posting. In fact, today I went to the Mopar Northeast car show. And when I went to the Mopar Northeast car show, I reviewed a bunch of cars for about 2 hours of runtime. Oh, my bedtime. It says it's time to go to bed. My iPhone reminds me that it's time to go to bed. So anyway, I videotaped 2 hours worth of cars without even having to use my Mophie supercharger. And the phone performed flawlessly. It didn't overheat. It didn't heat up while doing 4K 60 frames per second video. And I was able to make these huge and full videos of the car show, and didn't have a single problem at all. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are saying things like, yeah, well, what about connectivity issues? Are you having connectivity issues? To be perfectly honest, I did have a little bit of connectivity issue on maybe the first day after I got it. I think maybe it was a day or two after I got it. But Apple forced you to take in a software update that basically updated the carrier settings. And I have to say that today I used the internet all day, didn't have a single problem. I use Sirius XM every morning. I listen to my talk shows, haven't had a single problem. I've checked my stock updates so I know when to buy or sell stock, just like, you know, Elon Musk is getting his ass kicked over there. He had a $20 million fine. And, you know, it made me debate whether or not I want to sell some of my Tesla stock, because I'm pretty sure a lot of Tesla share owners are going to sell a lot of their stock because they're worried about what the company will be like without him. I haven't had any major problems with this phone at all. Now, they are jumping from left foot to right foot and back, trying to hear as many arguments and complaints as they can, because the thing about it is they get paid to make these videos where they're attacking the iPhone. And that's very fine, because I do the same thing with certain products like the Jeep Trackhawk and certain other products. But the simple fact of the matter is, it's like, this is easily the best iPhone I've ever owned. Far better than the X. I love the size. I absolutely love the new size. It's bigger in my hand because I have a very big hand, so I basically have to rest it on my pinky, so I basically use it just like this. It's huge. This phone is not for everybody. I've said that before. You know, people who can't afford a $1,600 phone shouldn't have to worry about this. Go buy a fucking Android, or go buy one of them piece of shit Oppo Find X's or something like that. They're complaining about the charger. Now, I myself have, what is it? I have one of these. I have a 12-watt charger here. So it came with the regular charger. Now, we all know that Apple is obviously not going to destroy its own profits to make you happy. So basically, everybody who bought this thing, who bought this phone, most people, they got this thing, it came with the regular 5-watt charger. Now, granted, as far as I'm concerned, this right here is the charger that Apple should have included. However, God knows what they would have charged you on top of whatever they did charge, the fucking $1577. So my bottom line is this. I have 2 of these chargers, and I bought these chargers a while ago. I bought these for my Plus models when I realized how much faster they would charge. And now I also heard that, yeah, they have a fast charger out there that's even more watts than this, so I have to go check that out. I think they said something about it's a 60-watt charger able to charge like the MacBooks or something like that. So, yeah, I'll probably consider buying one of those if I need it. But frankly, these 12-watt USB chargers are pretty damn good in and of themselves. But I'm hearing so many complaints and complaint after complaint. And the simple fact is, it's like I am loving. I have absolutely no discontent whatsoever with my new iPhone. It goes with me everywhere. I use it every single day. I use it multiple times every single day. Whenever there's an event, I'm ready to videotape something. Like when I see something happen and I'm ready to make a video recording, comes out, I'm hitting that record button and this thing's ready to go. And with this battery in this thing, I have absolutely noticed that this has a far better battery capacity than the iPhone X. So, listen, I'm not saying that the people who are making complaints are invalid. You got to remember, all of this shit, no matter what you buy, it could be this $4,000 Alienware computer. It could be this $1,000 big 34-inch monitor. It could be this keyboard. It could be these Microsoft controllers, which I've had to replace numerous times. All of this shit is made in China. And as long as these things are made in China, you really don't know what you're getting. And I guess that's one of the reasons why the president's, the president's tariffs against China, you know, he's just doing it from a financial point of view. Me personally, I'd be attacking them on the quality of the shit that they're shipping over here. Now, granted, Apple has very good quality control, which is why our batteries typically aren't exploding like those Galaxy Notes. But for the most part, anything that you get from China, you have to worry about the quality control. Now, if it's true what they're saying about there's some people who are getting phones that aren't charging properly, if it's true what they're saying, okay, I can buy that. But you got to remember, that's not necessarily a fault of the actual company that owns the brand marquee. That could be a problem with quality control, considering these things are made in one of the most comparatively poor countries in the world. Yeah, a large percentage of China is rich, but you got to remember the vast majority of those people living in poverty. That's the reason why they can actually take people who are young kids and put them in these shops and give them jobs building iPhones. You know, those people need the job that bad. And because you've never lived in China, most of you, and you don't understand the price consumer index like I do, since I actually was a resident in Shanghai, China, unlike you, and I actually speak Mandarin Chinese, unlike most of you. The simple fact of the matter is, while I can recognize the validity of some of the points that are being made by some of these reviewers, what is really annoying is the fact that they're basically using it as a way of making money on YouTube, and they're not genuinely in this specifically to have Apple make better products. They're just in here to get more views and get more money, which I totally understand, because my YouTube is making $2,000 a month, and it's been doing so for a while, and that's why I keep on posting video reviews like I do and making them nice and long. In fact, one of my videos just crossed 2 million views, one of the ones that I shot while I was in South Korea. How about that? But me personally, it's like they keep on attacking this thing. But what kills me is, even if I move beyond the phones, I'm seeing the exact same thing from people hating on other products. And it's really sad. Like, you got people, the GeForce 2080 Ti, for example. Now, this has nothing to do with the cell phone. This is about the GeForce 2080 Ti. And the AMD users have been attacking all of the GeForce cards because they're angry because the GeForce cards are far more powerful, have outshined the AMD cards, especially the 1080 Ti killed it. But I ordered this 2080 Ti, and it was $1,000 plus tax. And the reason why I ordered it is so I could put it in this computer specifically. because I plan on making a full gaming machine out of this computer. It's already got 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and it's got a Core i9 processor in it, and I use it mostly to play Quake Champions. You've probably noticed that I've been posting videos. And between that, I got this, you know, the gaming mouse and everything, and then I got the AW988 headset. But you know what kills me? Every single thing that I've purchased, this headset right here, the AW988, this was $250, right? When this came out, you had everybody saying the exact same thing. Oh, that's way too expensive. Why would anybody pay that much money for something? That's stupid. I could get the Skull Candies for $50. GeForce 2080 Ti came out. Oh, why would anybody pay $1,000 for this card? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. It has no reason to exist. It's blah, blah, blah. Even my Alienware computer, when I'm on the forums, oh, why would anybody pay that much money for Alienware? You buy an Alienware, you're stuck in the Alienware ecosystem. And keep in mind, because not only did I buy one of them, I actually have a second one. And if you know anything about these computers, you know exactly how expensive these computers are. But right now, I just use this one for my games, and the other one I'm going to be using for mostly 4K video editing when I need it. But what kills me, now you think about it, so basically between that phone and between this computer, that's $6,000 when you count this monitor. That's $6,000. And everybody wants to chime in and tell you what you should and shouldn't do with your money. That's the real point that I'm trying to make here. They've been attacking the iPhone since months before it even was released. They were attacking it since before the XS Max name was even produced. So basically what you're dealing with is a bunch of haters who are mad that they don't have $6,000 to blow on shit like this. They just don't have it. And it's really sad because I see it in everything. I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm seeing it in video cards. I'm seeing it in vacation, when people talking about where they should go on vacation. Oh, why would you go to Dubai? They don't treat their people right. Blah, blah, fucking blah. Oh, why would you go to Maldives? They don't treat people right there. Or why would you go to DR? They are horrible on Haitian rights. And it's like, these people are arguing about everything at this point. Especially like when it comes to just simple shit. They're just arguing and arguing and arguing. And the thing about it is, the free market allows me to go out and say, you know what? I have $1,600 in my hand, and I have a choice. I can either spend this on this iPhone, or I can spend this on this Galaxy phone over here. As a free market Republican, which I am, I decided to take my money and go to Apple. Again, I decided to take $1,000 and go to Apple for the iPhone X. I decided to take $1,000 and go to Apple for the iPhone 7 Plus. I decided to take $700 or $800 or something and go to Apple for the iPhone 6 Plus and the 6S Plus. It's called the free market. But what I've noticed is the vast majority of these angry comments are coming from foreigners. When I look at my YouTube and I look at the negative and angry comments, the angriest ones are coming from these Indian kids and these kids in Asia. Mostly it's coming from Asia, but I noticed the names on these attacks, it's like they mostly come from Asia. And the thing about it is, a lot of them are angry and jealous that these new products are coming to market, and they absolutely can't even think to afford it because the average one of them doesn't make $1,600 in a year. And meanwhile, somebody like me is blowing money on a car that wastes gas, just wastes gas, 9 fucking miles per gallon. And these people, it's like some kind of new social justice warrior bullshit where they want to attack everything. It's like when it's not about just racism and discrimination, sexual discrimination. These people are busy attacking you just because you want to buy shit that is more expensive than they can afford. It's a shame. It's a sham. It's disgusting and it's pitiful. If you're really that much of a socialist, where you think that somebody should be handing you money and welfare just because you can't afford a fucking new Xbox, or you can't afford a new iPad, or you can't afford a new iPhone, then what I suggest you do is get a better job. Because the thing about it is, people like me, We will notice you when you start screaming just because we want to know what you're talking about, but that's not going to stop us from going out and blowing $1,000 on a 34-inch monitor. It's not going to stop us from blowing $1,700 or $1,600 with tax on a brand new iPhone. So why don't you just stop hating and figure out a way to make more money? Because that's what I did. That's why I'm about to buy my second house. I don't know if you were watching any of my videos, but I'm about to buy another house. So then when people have heard that, like I've been talking on forums, home ownership forums, and then you got people who attack you on that. Oh, why do you need 2 houses? Why don't you take one of those houses and rent? It's like, because I don't want you motherfuckers renting from me because I don't trust you. How do I know you won't mess up my walls? And then it's other things. It's always something. Oh, why would you buy in that area? If you buy in that area, the taxes are too high. What do you mean it's too high? I'm the one fucking paying it. Don't worry about it. If I say that $5,900 worth of tax a year is just fine, then as far as you're concerned, because you're not handing me the checks, it's just fine. I don't understand where this new level of social justice warrior bullshit is coming from. I don't know if it's coming from these moron liberal arts colleges. I don't know if it's coming from the general idiot having access online to the internet. I don't know where it's coming from. But the bottom line is, it's not going to stop me from buying what I want. This phone right here, $1,600. If they had a 1 terabyte phone for $2,000, I would have bought the 1 terabyte phone for $2,000. You know why? Because I wanted it. And that's what I want right now. Now that I have a 512, I haven't even reached the limits on the drive on this thing. And already I'm thinking, you know what? I want a 1 terabyte. And guess what I do to get it? I go to work every day. I make my money on YouTube. I make my money in the stock market. I take some of that money, put it aside. And when Apple's about to release a new product, I buy the new product. And that's how the free market economics works. But just because you're a bunch of socialists and communists and you don't understand life in America because you don't live here and you haven't, ever dealt business here, that doesn't mean that any of us are beholden to you or your weak pockets or your empty wallets. We're not beholden to you. This is America. If I so decide that I want to waste money on a very fast, big Dodge, because you call everything Dodge. You call Jeeps Dodge, you call Chryslers Dodge, you call everything Dodge. You call Rams Dodge, everything's a Dodge to you. So fine, if I so decide that I want to buy a big, shiny red Dodge that goes really fast and gets really shitty gas mileage, then that's what I shall do. But what bothers me is these losers online constantly pumping hate into these channels. And it's not just mine, it's everybody else's. I get so many of these hate comments from these Android people. It's just a shame. And this is just talking about the phone. But you'll have the same thing talking about video cards. You'll have the same thing talking about your cars. They attack your cars. Oh, I would never pay that much money for a Dodge. Well, guess what? If you want to go buy a BMW, go buy a BMW. Nobody's stopping you. Go buy a BMW. Go buy an Audi. I would never probably buy an Audi. I don't like Audi. I don't want Audi. And if I don't want it, I'm not going to buy it. That's the free market. And what you need to do is learn to understand free market economics. But some of you aren't interested in freedom. Some of you are interested in redistribution of wealth. And you'll never be able to redistribute my wealth because I will vote against you. I will make sure my taxes continue to be low. I will take advantage of the tax code because all of this shit that I bought, you can bet that when I see my CPA, he's going to get receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt for all this shit, including this iPhone. And I am going to do my best. You see the Trump finger? I am going to take advantage of the tax code as it is written. My CPA is going to get me the maximum deductions, even if that means that your welfare check is smaller this month. But what I will not have is my wealth that I work for being redistributed. And what I will not accept or tolerate is your ridiculous, inane attacks on the products that I so choose to buy. And in very light and polite terms, that is my iPhone experience.